If you love ancient history, then this is the channel for you. History Hit TV. It's like Netflix, but dedicated just to ad-free history documentaries, including a huge library of ancient history content from the 9th Legion to Boudica to the First Britain. Simply check out the details in the description below and make sure you use code Odyssey on sign up.
I'm going on an adventure. So there's only one way to figure it all out. Unzip the archaeology. Make it naked.
Canaan, land of milk and honey, source of the food that will save your soul. A place for people on the move and the home of the rare and legendary biblical cows.
The Bible tells us that after 40 years of wandering in the desert, the children of Israel settled in a rich and fertile land. From Moses to Jesus, they enjoyed delicious and healthy food. I'm about to discover more about what they ate.
Biblical food, biblical archaeology. The two go together. You can tell a lot from the archaeology of food. Because man does not live by bread alone, food is basic to the food of the soul. In fact, biblical food is soul food. So I decided to investigate the whole issue of biblical food by making some. And where do you start? Water, you gotta drink. It's getting my own water. In a biblical kind of way. There are literally hundreds of food references in the Bible, but the Bible lists ingredients, not recipes. So my mission is to resurrect the biblical recipe and bring it back to my home in Thornhill. I want to bring history back to life, and I want to see what it tastes like. This is unbelievably good.
My journey begins at Neot Kedumim outside Jerusalem, a nature preserve home to hundreds of plant and animal species that thrived during the biblical era. I'm meeting with Tova Dickstein, a biblical food expert.
Our food today, we are spoiled, as I say. We have ingredients that didn't exist at the time of the Bible. All the vegetables, you know, tomatoes, pepper, all those, they didn't have. And no chocolate, no coffee, no tea, nothing. So
They didn't have coffee?
Can you believe it?
Tova is applying her knowledge of botany and zoology to years of biblical study.
Oh,
This is hyssop.
That's hyssop?
Hyssop.
Smells heavenly.
Tova has agreed to teach me how to prepare a biblical dish. My first lesson, how to make olive oil, biblical style.
What have we got here?
Here we have the olive press from biblical time. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's from the Roman age, like 2,000 years ago. Like
Fairly
this.
modern.
Yeah, maybe.
Can I try?
Yeah, sure.
There's no ox, there's no donkey, but there's
We
me.
have a
You want to hitch
donkey.
me up?
I'm kidding.
I'm
You
not
can
kidding.
put-
1, 2, ah.
The first step is to crush the olives using this ancient olive press.
This is naked archaeology, you know what I mean?
Now that I have this olive paste, I need to squeeze the oil out. Olive oil was the cooking oil in biblical times. If I'm going to do any biblical cooking, olive oil is ingredient number 1.
No wonder there was so much religion and philosophy in ancient days. If you sat around all day going backwards and forwards like this, your mind starts to wander. I love it. My olive oil. Is there a technique to this? Am I making great olive oil? Do some people have the touch?
It's the same all the time. Yeah, you don't don't have magic touch, I think.
We know the ancients had olive oil, but you can't live on oil alone. So I decided to check with Professor Amnon Bentor at the biblical city of Hatzor to see what else the ancients ate. Incredibly, he has discovered actual food remains.
These are storage houses.
So what kind of food did you find here?
Chita, or wheat.
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 What else?
That's it.
You found just, so this was basically for storing
You
wheat?
see, we have nearly 100 kilos of it. It's quite a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Wheat was the gourmet grain of the ancient world, and from the book of Genesis to the book of Revelations, it is constantly praised. But what else can Hatzor tell us?
We are standing in a 2,800-year-old kitchen, right?
Exactly.
So what you're telling me is the guys used to sit out there watching television and the women were here?
Exactly. What we have here is a cooking corner. You see two ovens. Originally were much higher, something like this. They are made of clay, as you can see very well. Usually they made pita bread.
The ball of dough is twirled. When it is large enough, it's placed over a pillar and thrust into the oven. Let's watch it again.
Did you find any evidence of the kind of food that was cooked here?
More than the bones.
You found bones?
Oh yes, a lot of birds.
Birds? So
Different
you
kind
think
of
they
birds.
cooked birds?
Definitely, they ate geese and birds like this.
When
a
they
lot of sheep and goat, some cattle.
Can you show me the bones?
Palace? Yes, I can show you the bones. Me and my big mouth, why do I...
You mentioned bones.
Okay, look, you want bones? Here
Yeah,
you have
where?
bones.
Where?
All these are bones. You want
my
this
goodness.
one.
Whoa,
Look at this. Here is a horn, I think.
It's a horn, wow.
Can I
touch it?
You can touch anything you like.
Does this look like a chicken bone to you?
I don't know what kind of a bone. I'm not a bone expert.
Let's see that. Oh, you're throwing a bone. Can I take a bone home?
You can take the bone home.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so the people of Hatzor enjoyed the odd barbecue. From that kitchen of an average everyday schmo, we can at least guess what was for supper. We know from the Bible that cattle were very valuable for their production of milk, and their consumption was usually only during festivals and religious holidays. Archaeology shows us that the biblical cows were much smaller than today's cows. Apparently, some of these creatures still exist, so I'm going to try and find some. Hey, there are some cows over there.
Looking for biblical cows. I think these are the types that actually charge you. He's got big horns. It's a biblical cow mating thing. The truth is, those are not biblical cows. They're too big. And that's an interesting thing, archaeologically speaking. You look at bones, and you figure out how big were they. They couldn't have been big like these kind of Texas-looking cows. It seems that there's only about 100 of those biblical cows left. It's a species that's almost extinct. And I'm looking for them, and I haven't found them yet.
To learn more about what the ancients ate, I'm going to the mountain fortress of Masada. Guy Stiebel, co-director at the Masada excavation, has uncovered some really interesting food remains. We've decided to meet for a coffee before our long day ahead.
You didn't find any ancient coffee makers?
No, but we've got ovens and we've got food remains at Masada. I can tell you everything you wish to know about the Last Supper of King Herod the Great.
Masada was built by King Herod the Great as a refuge in case of rebellion. It's both a lavish palace and a formidable fortress. Here, Herod's regal appetite is well represented.
What is special about Masada is you always have something extra. You've got the fish sauce from south of Spain, you've got wine produced in south of Italy, apples from a place called Come.
So he's sitting there in the middle of the desert. He's having apples from northern Italy, wine from southern Italy. I mean, this is a discerning palate.
It's good to be king. I mean.
See you at Masada. Suckers.
75 years after Herod's death, Jewish rebels made a last stand here against Roman authority. I know Herod the Great lived like a king, but what I want to know is how did the rebels live?
You know, we were talking palaces. This is not a palace. This is part of the defense
wall.
Yes,
we're in the casement wall.
In the wall itself.
Yes.
And this is real life. This is a real living quarter of one of the defenders.
Yes. What we have behind us, this is a silo where they kept their grain and wheat.
Right.
Nothing was reconstructed.
So this...
You could see the walls. This is original plaster. And this is a place where you would place your oil lamp. And you have a niche, if you'd like, a closet where you put your
cell phone, your watch.
Oh, well, sort of stuff. And if you look here, this is a stove or a cooking place.
A real little stove. You came home, you wanted a tea. You know.
And you would cook here. And again, Masada is so special. Not only that we have this stove intact, you have the remains of the ashes that while cooking. This is what you get. I mean, smoke coming up, and
right, so this
is the original ash. Yeah.
Ash from whatever they cooked on this little
this is not a destruction. This is just from daily life.
They would put the wood in
inside,
here.
and here you had fire, and this would come out. Just
I can smell it. I can feel it. I'm not joking. No, I mean, it's so real. It's not some museum under glass. Why is it so well preserved here?
We're in the middle of the desert, and because of this aridness and it's so dry, things will preserve here. I'm talking about thousands of years. So this is part of working at Masada. Everything seemed to preserve.
Archaeology doesn't get better than this. Eh?
No, it can't.
Now it's time to go grocery shopping. I need ingredients for the biblical meal I'm going to bring back home. And there's no better place to go than the Machane Yehuda market in Jerusalem. People have been shopping here for decades, and it's home to the freshest local produce. When you're looking for authentic, natural biblical foods, this is the place to be.
Fifi.
This is Fifi. Fifi, you don't know how lucky you are that the Philistines aren't around anymore. Fifi's very happy about kosher laws. I think I'm in the market for some honey.
It's medicine of the Bible. It's better than locusts.
This is really good. Now tell me, if you were making a meal a biblical meal, what would you put in it?
Wheat with honey, with dates, with olives.
This is Garden of Eden food. This is Garden of Eden food.
I'm glad that you think so.
Pomegranate juice, the best olive oil in all of Israel. You don't smoke this.
No.
Come here, buy something. Good stuff. It's biblical, it's cheap, it's organic. And I want to tell you, Ilan, I don't want you to feel that this should be on the house because I'm giving you all this publicity. I want to pay for it. You know what I mean? I insist on paying on it.
This is my kind of food. Simple, delicious, and biblical. I'm now fully stocked with all natural foods right from the pages of the Bible and straight off the fields of Israel. So I'm going to explore this awesome market, because you never know what you'll find. Here I am in the Machane Yehuda market, and I've heard about this Yemenite guy who uses foods mentioned in the Bible in homemade remedies and medicines.
Open sesame, open sesame.
I definitely have to check this out.
Okay, tell me what you got here, show me.
Etrog juice.
This is etrog juice?
It's when your body needs this one, not this one.
Tastes good, it's biblical, and it heals you. All right.
Yeah, very healthy.
Kind of green, isn't it?
It's very rich. This one, the first one.
It's a different kind.
Yeah, this one.
Oh, this is hot.
It's hot.
Whoa, hot stuff.
It's cinnamon, ginger, dates. You feel the taste of the all time?
I feel the taste of all times.
I do things from my pure heart. The soul is inside.
So this is real soul food.
No, we have inside the best healing.
Okay, let's go over there. He's gonna heal me.
I'm not sure what kind of healing my new Yemenite friend has in mind. I just hope there's no needles involved.
I've had all sorts of weird things. What have I had? My head is spinning. My nose is running.
No, your nose will fix it. It's special herbs. Put inside of your nose.
Stick this in my nose?
Yeah. More. Inside.
Inside, yeah. Oh.
No, breathe inside deeply. Out. No, you make it wrong.
Wrong.
Inside of your nose.
This too?
Another one. You feel much better?
I feel great.
No, you look beautiful.
I'd rather look handsome.
Handsome, yeah, you're right. If you build your face again,
yeah.
You feel fresh?
It feels certainly wet.
You know how old I am? By the way, I have to close you like this.
Is this the final part?
All my treatment, it's come from voice of dreams. In my
you hear
dream,
voices in your dreams?
How you feel? Quiet?
I feel great. Thank you.
Okay, only bad.
You definitely won't get that at your local grocery mart.
Come again, anytime. Bye.
It's now time to head back to Tova and get cooking. I'm back with Tova for my hands-on biblical cooking session.
This is living archaeology. This is, you could taste the archaeology.
This is naked.
This is naked archaeology. I mean, instead of just digging things up, you're bringing them back to life, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, exactly.
Tova is going to teach me how to make a dish with all biblical ingredients.
We are doing fava beans had mentioned in the Bible a few times.
The fava bean is mentioned in the Bible?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? In what context?
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel. Really? He ate fava beans?
Yeah, he ate a bread made of fava beans, wheat, barley.
The Bible tells us that God commanded Ezekiel to lay down upon one side for over a year so he can atone all the sins of his people. It's kind of like an extended timeout. Among the foods that God instructs Ezekiel to eat is a tasty bread made of wheat, barley, and fava beans. What Tova forgot to mention is that God also orders this bread to be cooked with cow dung. I don't think I'll remind her.
You eat fava beans, you get a little bit of prophecy?
No, I don't think so.
What is this recipe? What are we going to do?
Okay, we are going to cook the fava bean.
Okay.
We are going to pour hot water.
We're going to pour or pour?
Pour.
Pour, okay. We're going to pour because they were poor. I'm not making fun.
My accent, I have an Israeli accent.
It's very adorable.
Yeah, sure.
This hummus-like dish is made with fava beans, bulgur, garlic, mint, and of course, olive oil.
Wait.
This is the olive oil you got?
The olive oil I made?
Yeah.
A lot of oil? Are you sure this is the olive oil?
It's the same.
Yeah. I can get into this biblical cooking.
The dish is ready.
This looks biblical. I'm sorry, this looks biblical.
Like somebody ate it.
Don't say that. It
No,
looks like somebody ate it already.
Okay, maybe we'll mix it.
No, I like it like that.
You like it like this?
I like it like that.
Okay.
Beautiful. Why don't you taste it first?
You will taste it first.
Here, we'll do the same. Mmm. This is my new favorite. It's delicious. What you've done is detective work, taken Aramaic sources, Roman sources, biblical sources, rabbinic sources, and you've brought to life dishes that haven't been made in this way for 2,000 years.
That's right.
Well, you've made history tasty.
Now that we've made history, Tova is going to share one last recipe she's uncovered from the Bible.
In the book Song of Songs, as a food for the young, in-love girl. She asked for ashishot, the girl in the Song of Songs.
But nobody knows what's an ashishot.
Exactly.
Right? You figured out what the ashishot were?
Yeah. Lentils. They gave him lentils that have been ground, toasted.
Toasted ground lentils.
Toasted ground lentils, fry with honey.
A recipe.
Yeah, so
A recipe.
Yeah.
You put the pieces of the puzzle together, and you realize that this thing called ashishim in the beautiful Song of Songs. First you realize it's lentils, then you realize that it's pancakes. Wow, so it's lovers' food.
It's lovers' food. It's like chocolate, it's sugar.
So this is virility food.
Yeah. Simcha.
I've been tipped off. Apparently some biblical cows have been spotted nearby. This is my last chance to see these mysterious creatures.
Where are the cows? The biblical cows. Biblical cows aren't like other cows. They're smaller, they're thinner, they're healthier, they last longer, and they're almost extinct. We found them. Okay, this is the hunt for the biblical cows. There's only 100 of them left in the world. We found the cows. These are biblical cows. If I get too close to them, they're gonna run away. Looks like they're gonna run away anyway. They don't look like other cows, really, actually. There's only 100 of these cows left in the world. And when the Bible talks about cows, they're talking about those guys. It's where the Bible meets McDonald's. The biblical cows seem to have escaped us, but you saw them. Archaeology come to life. I gave them the mating call, but they didn't listen. They ran away. It's happened before. But I feel good. I found them. My hair okay?
You look nice.
Yeah? Okay, so what I need is a special recipe to take home.
Okay, I have the recipes in Hebrew, but it doesn't matter.
I don't know, I'd kind of like to learn how to make those love pancakes. A biblical meal for my family.
It's nice.
And I can involve the whole family, give tasks to the different kids.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Guys, kids, I'm coming home. Daddy's learned to cook. Biblical food time. I feel like I've traveled back in time. I've held 3,000-year-old bones, smelled the ash of a 2,000-year-old stove, gathered foods named in the Bible. I worked a water wheel and an olive press. I even helped resurrect a long-lost recipe. Now it's time to bring back to Canada all that I've learned. It's time to cook a biblical dish with my family.
Ha! There's my biblical food. Hey, you lucky guys. Daddy went shopping in Israel.
Wow.
Look at that.
Look at that. That's peppers. I smell it.
Okay, guys, we're ready to make a biblical meal. This is what Adam and Eve must have eaten in the Garden of Eden. I don't know if they had the hot and sour sauce. Doesn't it look gorgeous? No. It doesn't look gorgeous? Are you working with me or against me here? Time for love pancakes. Hey, Yosefa. It's a very bad idea to put your hand on that. I went to Tova and she told me, in the Song of Songs, it says, sustain me with ashishot. Okay, do you know what an ashishot is?
No, Simcha, I have no idea what an ashishot is.
Ziva, you know what an ashishot is? Nava? No. Yosefa?
No.
Adin?
No.
Okay, nobody else had an idea. Guess what it is? I got the recipe for an ashishot. These are love pancakes, and they figured out the recipe. This is a real biblical food. 1 cup of red lentils. Okay, now pour it in. Here comes Adin. Whoa, you ready? We're smushing around all the lentils. What? Why are you screaming? Substituted green lentils for red lentils. Red lentils are softer, green lentils are harder. This is stressing me out.
Pour it in. Guys, one at a time. Let's show how we cooperate.
Who's fighting with who?
It's my turn.
You know what happens if I take some honey and put it on your nose?
We're making small patties from this lentil and sesame.
What kind of patty?
These are love patties.
You see my beautiful flips, Nico? I'm falling in love just smelling the aroma. This is really awesome. Okay, this one's getting burned. Oh, they're alive.
We have to pour the honey on while it's hot still.
Okay. It says in Proverbs that honey is sweet for the soul and also good for the bones. Pour it all over. This is the first time that this biblical food was made by a group effort in thousands of years. That's not a joke. We're gonna eat that Bible. Who's gonna be the first in thousands of years to taste it? Shouldn't it be Daddy? Whoa!
I don't know. Yeah. I put a bit more honey on it.
Yeah, it requires a lot of honey. For a lot of people, archaeology, it's something in the ground, something dead. But you go to these places and they come alive. And to actually go in there, pull the stuff out, and bring it over here and bring it back to life, it's awesome.
It transports us back to a different time.
This is not so bad.
I like it. It's delicious.